Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Harris deadline for Stefan. Sarah's stunning phone call Days of Our Lives reveals that Harris Michaels verified Stefan DiMera was the bone who allured him to the jetties and fired at him, so a furious Ava Vitali slighted him over the news. Harris ultimately brought up Stefan trying to finish him off at the sanitarium, but Stefan made it clear that Ava was so innocent and dished about them sleeping together. Ava climbed to explain that it was a crapulous mistake, but Harris didn't watch about the history and only sounded concerned about what Stefan was going to do next. Harris advised Stefan that he was going to turn himself in for medicine trafficking and plutocrat laundering. Stefan would also have to confess that he alone acted as Clyde Weston's mate and that Ava was a constrained, unintentional party. Ava wondered why Stefan would do that, so Harris explained that it was better than going down for trying to take out a police officer. Still, also Harris said the shooter would remain unknown if Stefan took this deal. Stefan was given until 9 a.m. the coming morning to turn himself in, or differently he wasn't going to like what happened. After Stefan stormed out, Ava apologized to Harris for her association with Stefan, but he said there was no need for that. Harris loved Ava and knew she did too since he was hearkening at the sanitarium when she didn't suppose he could hear her. Once Harris asked if Ava meant what she said, she assured him that she did and fell into his warm grasp. Meanwhile, Stefan lumbered over the cantina being closed since he demanded some booze. After Stefan murmured about going down while Ava got off scot-free, he said they'd see about that. At the sanitarium on Tuesday's day's occasion, Sarah Horton got a phone call from Justin Kyriakis and sounded thrilled over his updates. Soon later, Sarah joined Xander Cook, Paul Telfer, at the police station since he was getting released on bail soon. Harris apparently couldn't flashback who pulled the detector, so Justin was suitable to use that to Xander's advantage. At home on Tuesday's day's occasion, Xander and Sarah made love on the lounge while Maggie Kyriakis babysat Victoria Horton Cook for the night. Latterly, Xander woke up after a bad dream where he couldn't get to Victoria and Sarah in a lair, so he felt like that was about the charges that were still hanging over him. Still, Sarah gave Xander a vim talk and assured him of her love, so he recompensed that love protestation and ultimately headed to the bedroom with her. After Paulina Price prompted Chanel DiMera and Johnny DiMera to go home since they'd been at the sanitarium for so long, they indeed headed out. In the city forecourt on Day's occasion, Johnny refocused out that they hadn't had their first cotillion as hubby and woman yet. Chanel danced with Johnny despite the lack of music, so they had a romantic moment together. Since Johnny and Chanel hadn't perfected their new marriage either, they got a room at the Salem Inn and hit the wastes. In the fete, Chanel canoodled with Johnny, who allowed. Perhaps they should stay there for many further days and just enjoy the peace. Back at the sanitarium on Tuesday's DOL show, Kate Roberts Brady and Roman Brady stopped by Paulina Price's room for a visit. Paulina explained how a bright light had overwhelmed her just before she was healed and Abe Carver got his memory back, so Roman and Kate marveled over the phenomenon. Once Abe and Roman stepped out for some coffee in the staying area, Paulina admitted to Kate that she was concerned about Abe moving back in. As Paulina bothered about not being compatible with her hubby, Kate refocused out that she was a sprinkle like Paulina while Roman was mellow like Abe. It was proof that contraries attract, so Paulina felt better after hearing Kate's perspective. In the staying area, Roman plotted to understand what he was missing about Paulina and Abe's common phenomenon, so Abe swore him to secretiveness and confessed Lexi Carver's heavenly help. Latterly, Paulina and Kate refused to let the guys in on the content of their girl talk while Abe and Roman were cagey about their own discussion. Roman wanted to plan a regale for the four of them formerly Paulina got out of the sanitarium, so they were each on board. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Paulina and Abe's homecoming festivity is on the way. Stefan drinks while EJ searches. Teresa faces Constantine's trouble. Days of Our Lives reveal that Johnny DiMera will make a suggestion to Chanel DiMera about their forthcoming honeymoon. Sarah Horton offered up the Horton cabin, but will Johnny have a different position in mind? Maybe Johnny will suggest an Italy trip at some point, indeed if it's commodity that happens down the road. In the meantime, EJ DiMera will go on the quest for Stefan DiMera since he's ready to get the ball rolling on his family's escape plot. The sooner Stefan is out of EJ's hair, the better off EJ thinks he'll be. Still, days say Stefan will be busy getting drunk, presumably at small bar or another watering hole in city. Since Harris Michaels is obliging Stefan to take the deal he's offered for lower charges and turn himself in, Stefan will indeed prepare to confess to the bobbies soon enough. Until also, DOL spoilers say Stefan will drown his sorrows while EJ carries out his hunt and grows nonplussed about his family's whereabouts. Over with Eric Brady, he'll feel confident Holly Jonas knows further than she's letting on when it comes to the night she overdosed. It should leave Eric wondering how he can move Holly to make a full concession and clear Tate Black's name. Coming on Wednesday's day's occasion, Xander Cook and Sarah Horton will decide they just can't spend another second down from Victoria Cook Horton, so they may not be suitable to stay until their morning volley time to go get her from Maggie Kiriaki's. Sarah and Xander will at least spend some time missing Victoria together, so that could prompt a trip to the Kiriaki's manse earlier than planned. Other days say Constantine Melianis will meet with Teresa Donovan and offer a memorial about the scheme they cooked up the bone. That could lead to both of them getting rich off the Kiriaki's fortune. Constantine has been making progress with Maggie, so he may complain about Teresa's bifurcation with Alex Kiriakis and argue that she needs to get her head in the game or she won't like the consequences. Days of Our Lives say Constantine will apply some serious pressure, so stay tuned for updates on how Teresa will handle his rearmost trouble. Our prognostications alluded Teresa and Alex prostrating some new obstacles in the coming weeks, so don't miss all the shocking news ahead for this brace. John's Rage, Nicole vs. Sloane, Ava's Punch, Leo's Undercover Operation. Days of Our Lives reveal that a new exercise clip has been released for March 18 to 22, 2024. John Black explodes at Steve Johnson. Sloane Peterson Brady makes a demand of Nicole Walker DiMera. Coming up on Days of Our Lives, Ava Vitale punches Stefan DiMera. Plus, Leo Stark appears to go undercover to find juicy dirt for Lady Whistleblower. Black's Rage DOL reveal that the exercise clip shows John exploding at Steve in front of Marlena Evans. John is holding a print of Constantine Melianis' dead son. John can't believe that Steve no way told him what was done. Consumed with guilt and rage, John decides he must apologize to Constantine. Also, John plans on confessing murder to the police. Days of Our Lives preview John's Rage, Nicole vs. Sloane, Ava's Punch, Leo's Undercover Operation. The only problem with John's plan is that Constantine doesn't want him to go to captivity. Constantine has much bigger and further unrighteous plans for John. Nicole Walker DiMera's war in the daily exercise clip. Nicole holds Jude Brady as Sloane watches. Suddenly, Sloane demands that Nicole not attend Jude's christening. The look on Nicole's face is maximum unbelief. Nicole is holding the baby and courteously offering her home as the christening venue. Of course, suckers know the real reason why Sloane doesn't want Nicole at the christening. We've a feeling that the christening will be enough memorable for Eric suckers. Ava Vitale's Punch. Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of March 18 reveal that Harris confronts Stefan in front of Ava. Harris tells Stefan that he shot him doubly in cold blood. Stefan counters by telling Harris what Ava was doing while he was fighting for his life. As the exercise shows a flashback of Stefan and Ava's passion, the mob queen throws a punch. Duel during the suckers can also anticipate Xander Cook to get out on bail. Xander and Sarah Horton will get intimate on the settee. Meanwhile, Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree check into the Salem Inn to get freaky. We've a feeling that Janelle and Zara might cross paths. There's a reason why Sarah ends up offering Johnny and Chanel the Horton cabin for their honeymoon. Maybe both couples accidentally end up in the same room. Also, Leo puts on dark tones. It appears that Leo will go undercover trying to dig up some new dirt for his gossip column.